Hello, welcome to the Villages, Florida. My name is David. I'm a realtor with Florida Realty Investments, and every week I take a close look at the real estate market here in the Villages. I'm going to orient you as to where the Villages is located. We are in Central Florida. The map you're looking at is showing you all active listings on the MLS as of today. Size of the circle denotes the size of the home, and the color of the circle denotes its price per square foot. That will be the case for all these maps that I show you, and you can see that it does indeed locate each home individually. The Villages is a 55 plus community. We have golf courses spread throughout, championship and executive. We have recreation, shopping, dining, and live entertainment in four town squares every night of the week. If you want to know what's happening to the real estate market here, what long term trends are, where properties are selling, where they aren't selling, this is the show for you. I'm going to break the Villages into four distinct geographic regions so you can compare between them. And a couple of things to note, the Villages has two distinct real estate marketplaces, the MLS and the VLS. The VLS is the Village's own internal marketplace. It's the only place you'll find new listings, but pre-owned homes are both on VLS and MLS. So if you're a buyer and you're only seeing VLS or you're only seeing MLS, you're only seeing about half of the properties available for sale. All of the information I'm presenting here is drawn from the MLS. The other point is that we produce this show every Monday. Make sure you check the date to ensure you're getting the most recent information. And as you look at this video, you get some sense as to the wide variety of homes available here. But it's worth noting that whether you have the least expensive home or the most expensive home, you have the same use of the amenities: golf, pickleball, recreation centers, swimming pools, etc. If you need to reach me, I can be reached either at DavidisinFlorida.com or DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com. Be happy to help you with any questions you have. If you're a buyer looking for a good deal, I think you'll find our data-driven approach will help you find one. And if you're a seller, I think you'll find our approach will help you justify the highest reasonable asking price. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at what's happening in the Villages real estate market this week. We have a lot to get through tonight, and I will tease you by pointing out that one of the most interesting charts will be towards the end of the show, but we're starting off by taking a look at total listings in the Villages this week, which currently number 557. We have been moving down over the last 4 or 5 months in terms of number of listings, but this has had some effects, as you'll see coming up. Yeah, we're continuing to look at all listings on the MLS, and we're looking at the median time on the market, 74 days as of today. This is the longest period of time that properties have been remaining on the market that we've ever seen here. And here's a chart that's quite shocking. The median list price per foot is $250.00, and it has been $250 exactly for the last 3 weeks. I've checked this more than once. It seems inconceivable, but there you have it. Those of you who follow the show know that we divide the Villages into four geographic regions to get some sense as to what's happening in the different areas. This is the entirety of the Villages. This map is showing you the location of each of the 557 active listings this week. The size of the circle denotes the size of the home. Bigger the circle, bigger the home. And the brighter the circle, the more expensive per square foot. As I said, we've divided the Villages into four geographic regions, and I'll show you how they compare. But first, let me show you how I've divided the areas. The first I'm calling the North. This is everything south of 42 and north of 466. This is the older part of the Villages. It includes Spanish Springs Town Square. There are 244 active listings in the North this week. The second area I refer to as the Mid-North. This is everything south of 466 and north of 466A. This includes Lake Sumter Town Square. This is one of the more popular regions of the Villages. There are 164 active listings in this area this week. The third area is the Mid-South. We're getting towards the newer part of the Villages now. There are 62 active listings. This area has a northern boundary of 466A and a southern boundary of 44. And the final area is everything south of Highway 44. This is the newest part of the Villages. You can see the direction of the Villages' growth down the Florida Turnpike. This week, 87 active listings in this area. We're going to take a closer look at how the areas compare in terms of these metrics. First, let's take a look at the villages as a whole. 557 active listings this week. Sizes range from 793 to 3968 square feet. You can see the least expensive home, most expensive home, median priced home, and similarly, least expensive on a per foot basis, most expensive and median price. I'm not going to delay on this chart for very long, but you can get some sense as to how the different regions compare. You can see north, mid, south, and south, how many listings, size ranges and median size, price ranges and median price, and per foot ranges and median price per foot. For those of you who are trying to decide between buying a new home or an older home that you can remodel to your own taste, this gives you some sense as to the year of construction for the properties available for sale. You can see the entirety of the villages on the right, north, mid, south, and south to the left. And you can see the year of construction and how many properties are available for that year of construction in each of the areas. Here we look at what prices are popular here in the villages. I've divided the listings into price buckets. You can see how many listings there are in each of these subsections. For example, the most popular price segment, the $300,000 to $400,000 range, there are 205 properties currently available for sale on the MLS. $1.5 million plus, only one, and between $1,250,000 and $1,500,000, no properties are available this week. Here, instead of looking at price buckets, we're looking at price per square foot buckets. You can see that the most popular price per square foot segment is between $225 and $250 a square foot. 151 properties available for sale. As I pointed out, the median list price per square foot is $250 even. This is the third week in a row that we've seen that reading. Now we're looking at what changed last week, how many new listings entered the market, how many listings left the market by going pending. I normally show you a 4-week smoothed average of this data, but I figured that this week the disparity is more easily seen. You can see that pending home sales took quite a nice jump last week, even as new listings dipped slightly. The difference between new listings and homes going pending, 8 more homes going pending than being listed. This chart just keeps track of the difference between new listings and homes going pending. As I said, there were 8 more homes going pending than being listed last week. The zero line represents the same number of homes going pending as being listed. There were more homes pending last week than were listed. Here we keep track of how long the homes that went pending over the prior 7 days were on the market before going pending. This is a smooth 4-week average. 51 days is the average. The actual weekly change last week, the median time for the homes on the market going pending was 73 days. The previous week, it was only 48 days. We're continuing to look at the homes going pending over the last 7 days, and we're looking at the median price per square foot at which they went pending. This is a smooth 4-week average. I will show you the actual weekly data in the next chart, which I don't normally do, but we are making new lows. The average itself is making a new low this week, down to a median price per square foot of 233.68. That is the average over the last 4 weeks. I don't normally include weekly data. As you can see, it's a very volatile chart, but we are at new all-time lows in terms of the price at which homes went pending. Last week, the median price per foot for the homes going pending was 226.86, also the lowest I've ever seen. And here we keep track of what the change was for the homes going pending over the last 7 days. What is the change from the original asking price? A 6.05% reduction from the original asking price is the 4-week average. If you're curious, this map shows you the location of the 50 homes that went pending over the last 7 days. Each of these dots represents one of those properties. Once again, the bigger the circle, the bigger the home. The brighter the circle, the more expensive per square foot. You can see where other buyers and sellers are meeting on price. Now we'll take a look at the homes that closed over the last 7 days. This map is showing you the location of those 41 homes. There was an uptick in activity last week, as you'll see in the following graphs. I will show you the actual weekly data points, but this is a 4-week average. The average number of homes closing per week over the last 4 weeks is 39 homes a week. Here you can see actual weekly data, number of sales, the weeks of the year are the x-axis below, number of sales, the y-axis to the left. 2025 is the red line. And you can see that even though sales did jump last week, we are generally still conforming to prior levels of activity for previous years. Here we're looking at the time on the market for the homes that closed over the last 7 days. This is the time on the market for those homes before they went pending. You're looking at a 4-week average. 53 days is the 4-week average for those homes closing over the last 4 weeks. We are seeing some improvement here. This is the 4-week average of the price per square foot for the homes going pending, 238.75. We have risen from below 234, but we're far from the days of being comfortably over 250 a foot here. Here's a summary. We're looking at slightly different data here. We're looking at how many active listings there are in each of the 4 areas of the villages as I've defined them, North, Mid, South, and South. And we're looking at how many homes went pending over the prior 60 days and how many closed over the prior 60 days. If the number is an increase, it's highlighted in green. If it's a decrease, it's highlighted in red. It is interesting to notice the big jump in the number of homes going pending in the Mid-North. The other areas, none of the other areas saw an increase in number of homes going pending. Here we're looking at all listings once again, and we're looking at what percentage of listings have reduced their asking price from the original asking price. We're back to almost 55% of listings from getting uncomfortably close to 65. 56.19% of all MLS listings currently have reduced their asking price from the original asking price. And here we look at what the median price reduction actually is. This is for all active MLS listings as of today, a median 4.17% reduction from the original asking price. If you find this information valuable, please consider liking the video, even better, subscribing to the channel, or forward it to somebody who might have interest in the real estate market here in the villages. If you're a buyer and you're trying to find a good deal here in the villages, or you're a seller and you're trying to maximize your return in a reasonable period of time, please reach out to me at either DavidisinFlorida.com or DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com. I'll be happy to research properties for you, answer questions about life in Central Florida or life in the villages itself. If you have any questions, once again, DavidisinFlorida.com, DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com. Please reach out if you have any questions. Hope to hear from you. Take care.